my channel. I know it's very sporadic. Life is sporadic for me. I did change my hair color. I have blue and purple now. You can't see the blue. Anyway, here is my summer TBR. I've been in a really big reading mood. There's a lot of thin books. And I will also post a picture here of the book I'm currently reading, which is Horrid by Katrina Leno. So that book, I'm halfway through. As I'm recording this, I'm halfway through it. And it's weird. I'm sorry. I did not expect it to be this weird. But I'm okay with it. But I did not expect it to be this weird. Anyway, so I do have a couple of chunky books. And one of them I know is gonna probably make me cry. I've heard it's made everyone that's read it cry. So I will put them on my trusty book cart that's right next to me that I have decorated with magnets and stuff. So let's jump on in, I guess. So let's do the hardcovers first, and then we'll do the paperbacks, because I'm reading a couple of the paperbacks. So let's start with the one non-book of the month book, 56 Days by Catherine Ryan Howard. This one takes place during a pandemic, very similar to COVID. That's why 56 days. And that's about all I really know. I just know it's a thriller. That's all I know. Stay. So, just so you know, most of the hardbacks are thrillers. Actually, all the hardbacks are thrillers. It's what I do. I do have a few romances in here, though. I do have a couple romances. So the next one is The Last Word by Taylor Adams. Everyone and their grandma has been reading this on BookTube and Bookstagram and Book Twitter. So I decided I should probably read it too, since I already have it, and I grabbed No Exit, which is right there. Like a couple months ago. When was this? May. In May. For my book of the month. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting to this as someone that reads books. I like reading books about books that are in that area. So there's this. So I do have one gripe with Book of the Month books. So these are both hardcovers, okay? Book of the Month. Why are they so tall? Why can't you make them like standard size? Huh? Why can't you make it standard size? And then the London Seance Society, I don't know how to pronounce that correctly, by Sarah Penner. My partner read this. He really liked it. This is also a Book of the Month book, but it takes place in 1873. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to read. I don't know. It seemed interesting, so I grabbed it. I also want to try reading her other book, The Lost Apothecary. I'll put a picture here. It seemed interesting. It kind of similar vibes. And of course I got the Megan Miranda Book of the Month book, The Only Survivors. I've not read a Megan Miranda book before, so I don't know what to expect. But I heard that this isn't a very amazing one, but the vibes look like summer. It looks like summer. Oh, I have a bookmark in there still. Responsibilities are overrated. True. Let's just read and forget responsibilities exist. 7 Survivors. Did I turn on my drawing tablet? No, okay. Not fitting. There we go. I am leaving all of this in here. Editing Fosh. Make sure you leave all that stuff in there. So I recently got my Book of the Month books. My box was destroyed. My covers are kind of damaged. Thanks, USPS. But I got the Megan Golden Stark covers. She Can't See What She Fears the Most. I have no idea what this is about. I thought the cover was pretty. And I knew it was a thriller. Book of the Month usually is where I get my thrillers. A true crime podcaster star. Oh, this is a sequel. I guess I have to read the first book, which is The Night Swim. So we'll pop a cover of that here. I'll borrow it from my library on my Kindle. So there's that. I didn't know this was a sequel. It didn't say when I chose it, but it was a sequel. Book of the Month. I'm watching you guys. You stop it. Whatever you're eating. There. And then, I've not read a Riley Sager book. But I know he just came out with, like, his last book for, like, a little hiatus that he's going on. So I thought I'd grab his first book. Final Girls. I know it's a beloved book. That's people's favorite. What is here? First there were 3, then there were 2. Can there only ever be one final girl? Oh. Interesting. Where does this going to take place? If you know where this takes place, let me know, because it seems like New Englandish. Just by, like, reading the books. Something at a nightlight inn in Pine Cottage. Movie Scale Massacre. There's a guy named Jeff. Shout out to my homie Jeff. And someone named Quincy. And someone that takes Xanax. It seems interesting. We'll see. It was my add-on. Because this obviously came out in 2017. I have avoided spoilers for this book. The last, like, however many years. So there's that. Those are the hardcovers. Let's get to the paperbacks. Let's do the 2 romances. The iconic Emily Henry book that everyone's reading apparently this summer is Beach Read. I don't know what it's about. I bought all of Emily Henry's books. They're right here. Except for the new one because it's not on paperback. Okay. So if you're going to publish books in paperbacks, like, as a default for, like, adult romances, why would you publish the most recent Emily Henry in a hardcover? And now I have to wait until probably next year to get the paperback so they could all match. Because I prefer paperbacks to hardcovers. Especially, like, romances, where I'm just going to probably wind up giving this to a little free library. Riddle me this. But yeah, I'm going to read this. I'm excited. But beach read. And no, I am not going to a beach to read it. Because beaches are disgusting. And then I also want to attempt to read Pretend You're Mine by Lucy Score. I don't think anyone's talked about this book, but I saw it at my local bookstore, and then I started seeing it everywhere, like at Target and Barnes & Noble. But I got it from my local bookstore. Support your local bookstore before you start, supporting the big places. So there's this one. I don't really remember what it's about. Broody guy. Woman starting a new life. Small town. It is what it is. And I have Lucy Score's other book I grabbed, which is right here. I don't remember what it's called, but it's right there. And then let's do the fantasy. I have one fantasy book, which is Piper CJ's The Night and Its Moon. It's a fantasy that has LGBTQ plus characters in it. I wanted to read this during Pride Month, but I didn't. But I also have the second book right there, behind these oracle cards, which is The Sun and Its Shade. Yes, The Sun and Its Shade. I have the oracle cards. We'll discuss that in another video. But I really wanted this. They were buy one, get one half off at one point at Barnes & Noble. And I started seeing everyone talk about it, in which the third book comes out later this year. Or later this month. I think it's later this month. But I'm excited to read it. And the author is adorable, which also helps. And then the one literary fiction book I have is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. But I've heard amazing things. Mine is a copy from a little free library. So it's a little squishy. But it's supposed to be like a coming of age story following 4 housemates and stuff happens. It's a pretty hefty boy. It's like 800 something pages. 816 pages. I'm sure I can read this in like a couple months, or maybe a couple weeks, depending on how deep I get into it. I know that's someone in my community is going to say, that's what she said. And I'm okay with it. So there's this. And then the 2 reads that I'm currently working on. One is There's Somebody or Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins, which was her first foray into thrillers. I want to say it. I hate that this is on here. We'll just cover that up with my hand. I'm only like 2 chapters in, I think. Yeah, like 1.5 chapters, 2 chapters in. So far, so good. Obviously, I have already tabbed it for something that happens in the first chapter. It's really good so far. The story is building. I like that the girl is from Hawaii. You learn that in the first chapter, or 2 in the second chapter. The girl's from Hawaii, and I'm interested. We'll just say that. I'm interested to just see how it all plays out. And if I like this, I'll probably pick up her other thriller. Because I did not like her Happily Ever After series. Which is these ones. I did not like those. I tried. I did try. I gave them a good college try. And then the last book is All Our Hidden Gifts by Caroline O'Donoghue. Nobody is talking about this book. I have the second book right there. This is about tarot cards. This girl discovers tarot cards while she's cleaning up, like, this room, that's her detention for school. And there's some really pretty, like, illustrations of the tarot cards. I'm trying to find one where it's got, like, 2 cards on one side, on each side. Like, the illustrations of the tarot cards are nice. But she starts doing tarot readings, and that's as far as I've gotten so far. And it's interesting. I'm about 70 pages in. I am intrigued to see what happens. And I'm intrigued to see what happens in the second and third book, because the third book just popped out. So we'll see what happens with that. And let me grab my phone, because I think there's a couple Kindle books I'm reading. So the other book I've been reading, which is a nonfiction book, is Period Power by Maisie Hill. I'll pop a picture here. It's a nonfiction book about women's cycles. I was enjoying it while I had it checked out. To me, the library took it back. And there's that one, and then I also want to read Silver Under Nightfall. I will put it here somewhere, by Rin Chupeco. It's I want to say a thriller. Let me see. It's a romantasy. Sorry. A queer romantasy, which is even better. So it has, like, Castlevania vibes, according to the synopsis, which is perfect as I like vampires. Yeah. That sounds about right up my alley. And I think that is all for now. Hopefully I can get through all of those books, because that would be amazing. Especially since I have already reached reading 23 books in 2023, which is huge for me personally, because I haven't been in a big reading mood the last couple of years. Sorry, my stuff is right there blowing in my fan. But I haven't been in a big reading mood the last couple of years, and now I am, which is amazing. Like, I've actually cut back on gaming to read instead. Which, it sucks because I have a Switch. I recently bought Zelda Breath of the Wild to play. I was playing it on stream, which I will have my link tree down below for information for my stream. And, like, I was getting overwhelmed. So now, currently, I'm streaming only 1 day a week instead of 2 days a week. Which I now stream with my friend James, also known as Some Quiet Guy 1. We co-stream on Fridays together usually. And we have a good, fun time. Work has been crazy. And I think that's all for Life Update and TBR for the summer. So Michael's has Halloween stuff. I bought some really pretty butterflies. One's right there. Boop. There. And there. And right there. I think that's everything. I will update my socials for any information, which will all be linked down below. I will try my hardest this time to put links to all the books I mentioned. I will not be putting Amazon links. I will be putting my local bookstore links. That way you can support local bookstores. And I will see you guys the next time I'm here. Okay? Bye!